All right, so in 7.2, we're going to talk about a couple of hormone plant growth regulators, talk about the history of them real briefly, kind of give a description of what they do, and that'll carry us into photosynthesis and cellular respiration next week. So regulators are classified based on their nature of action. So plant growth promoters are auxins, gibberellins, and cytokinins, and plant growth inhibitors, abscisic acid, or also called ABAs, and these are also known as phytohormones. So types of phytohormones, you have auxins, gibberellins, cytokinins, ethylene, and abscisic acids. So auxins, discovered by Charles Darwin and Francis Darwin, they were isolated from tips of the oat seedlings. Their effects that they have on plants is they initiate rooting and stem cutting plant propagations. They promote flowering and they prevent fruit and leaf drop or or aging. I misspelled that completely. They promote abscission of older mature leaves. Uses, they're going to be widely used as herbicides. They are used to kill dicot stem or weeds, and they control xylem differentiation and help in cell division. Gibberellins were discovered by Kurosawa. He was discovered those in fungal pathogens. They were isolated by infecting rice seedlings when they were treated with these sterile filtrates of the fungus. Effects can increase plant length, cause fruits to elongate, and improve in shape. They're used to speed up the malting process and brewing processes for wines and other alcoholic beverages. Uses are increase length of stem, like in sugarcane. Put gibberellins on sugarcane and make their stems increase in their length and speed up maturity periods in plants. Cytokinins are discovered by Skoog and Miller, isolated by crystallizing the active substance from corn kernels and naming it chitin. It affects synthesized where rapid cell division takes place, produces new leaves, chloroplasts in leaves, and lateral shoot growth and adventitious shoot formation. Uses help overcome apical dominance and promote nutrient mobilization, which helps the delay of leaf aging. Ethylene is going to be a gaseous hormone discovered by cousins who confirmed the release of a volatile substance from ripened oranges that sped up the ripening of stored unripe bananas. Effects. All right, ethylene promotes aging, highly effective in fruit ripening, enhances respiration rate, breaks seed and bud dormancy, initiates germination in peanut seeds, sprouting potato tubers, promotes root growth and root hair formation. Uses is used to initiate flowering and speeds up fruit ripening. Abscisic acid is discovered by a team of researchers. Effects is stimulates and closes the stomata, increases tolerance in seed development, maturation and dormancy is also increased. Uses, there is no uses for this in plants, as this is something that plants are going to do to the point that they need to naturally. Photoperiodism. Okay, it is the response of plants to periods of day and night. Some plants require periodic exposures of light to induce flowering. During durations of dark period is equally important for flowering. We've talked about this a little bit before. So a certain amount of light is needed for plants to, of course, not only do photosynthesis but grow and mature. But night or dark periods is just as important. Okay, a lot of your plant maturing processes happens during dark periods. Okay, so plants are not going to mature fully if it is constant light. So, for instance, close to our school, you a lot of times have soybeans planted close to our parking lot, and if you pay attention to them, you'll see that the ones closest to the road never turn brown, mature like the rest of the crop does to be harvested. The reason being is because the street lights that are in our parking lot at our high school provides 24-hour a day light for those particular soybean plants, and they're never going to fully mature. Okay. Then you can go through long day plants, short day plants, and day neutral plants, and each plant requires, and it's not hard to figure out how much daylight is required by those plants. Ventilization is a phenomenon of dependence of flowering on exposure to low temperature. So, for an example, biennial plants are plants that flower when they die the second season. Cold sometimes can kind of turn these plants on into fruiting and flowering. So, some examples: sugar beets, cabbage, and carrots. Yeah, so a fairly short presentation and before we move into the review of photosynthesis. There's a short form that goes with this one. If you have questions, please let me know. Thank you.